Welcome to a billing system developed using Animate CC. So let me demonstrate how this works. Let's say we reset. There we go. And enter maybe 4 in there, fabric 4 of those, blind 4, and delivery 3 items. So we click on total there. And we can even use this calculator. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into Animate CC, and we put one of these together using Actionscript. Hi and welcome to Animate CC of a billing system. I'm going to start by clicking on Actionscript. Right click on the Actionscript, select document, and let's change the size to 1350 by, I'm going to make that 800, and just click on OK. There, the next thing is I'm going to grab a text box or a text tool and change the name of the text tool to the instant name to display, and the text tool I would like it to be dynamic. The size will be 320, and I'll make this, yeah, that's fine. Let's make it 58 and add a border to it. Click on this very icon here to add a border to it, and there, what else do we need? Align it right. Okay, now I'm going to enter a value in there, and that value is going to be just 0. There we go. Now click on this and move it to the edge. Make that 50 so that you guys can see what I'm up to. Right there. Drag it down a little bit. There we go. Now change the name of this to display. There. So the next thing we want to do now is to create some buttons. Okay, for the very first button, let's lock this up. I'm going to call that BT7, and for BT7, let's grab this and just make it, I don't want that color, let's change the color and do that and get right, that's fine, and just change it to, let's change the dimension to 74 by 74. Come straight to the properties, make sure it's selected, and let's change the width to 74 and the height 74. Try that again. Let's get rid of the stroke line there. Just delete that stroke line. There we go. Alright, that'll be 74 by 74. Right. Okay, move it up. Now I will now right click on it and change it to symbol, or go to modify and select symbol, and I'll just call it BT7, and make sure you select button. The type will be button. Click on OK. Now double click on your button, come right here, and let's enter, right click on that, enter a keyframe in there, change the color of this button to something a little bit and the next one, let's change the color as well. Enter a keyframe, you can always press F6 and change the color again. Okay, if you come in here, I think the color is called, the pattern itself is called gradient. Alright, the gradient is from right to left, and the other one is just centralized gradient. Okay, now let's come lock that up, click on another layer, and this layer I'm just gonna call it 7. You can type in 7 if you want, and grab the tool, the text tool, and let's enter 7 right there. dead center like that, 7. Okay, and get rid of the border. Now drag it center, move it to the center of the button itself, and take it down. That's number 7 taken care of. Right. So if you come straight to the library, all we just need to do is to right click on this and create a duplicate. Okay, so that we can repeat the same thing for button 8. So I'll just pick that up now that you guys get the whole idea of that. Okay, I've finished creating all of the buttons that I need for this project. We can always add all of the numeric button on one layer, but I think I'm going to prefer to create different layer. So the next one is going to be button 8. Drag button 8 on board there. And let's position it how we want. Then I'm going to create another layer. I know it's going to get a little bit long, but I can always add a folder. Okay, that's button 9. Grab 9, drag it on board as well. Lock that up. Another layer that's going to be BT add. So grab add and just paste it right there. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for the rest of the component, and I will get back to you guys. But just before that, let's show grid so that I can position it how I want. Right click, select grid, or let's edit the grid. I'm going to make that 20 by 20 so that I can align it properly how I want. Okay, so I will then create another layer for the other button. That's supposed to be BT4, and like I said, I'll just speed that up and get back to you. But before I speed that up, let's create a folder. That's my folder. This folder is going to be for all these buttons there, so I can let's put them right inside it. So that'll make life easy for whoever want to use the application. So just drag it and drop it in the folder. So that is for the buttons. If I collapse it, you see that, so I can always call it buttons. Right, so whatever button I'm creating, they would all be resident inside this folder called button. Now I think I should add number 3, and let's speed that up. BT3, and just drag number 3. No, number 5 actually. It's not 3, 5. Drag 5 there, and I'll just speed it up and get back to you guys. Okay, this is how the calculator looks now. So let's run it and you see that's what's happening. When you click on it, you can see the rollover. Okay, let's continue with the development of the whole project. So the next thing I would like to do is let's give each of these buttons an instant name. So that is going to be known as 7. The next one is going to be known as 8. We have 9, and so on. Okay, so I've actually finished naming all of these, giving them all, each of them now has their own instant name. But there's something left. Let's come in here first and just save this whole project. I'm going to call it billing system. Right, save. there. Okay, now the next thing is I'm going to select this very button there. Let's drop this down. Let's select button 7 right there, and we right click on the first frame of button 7. Let's select action, and right here click on the code snippet, drop the action script down, and I'm going to select event handler. Double click on mouse click right there. You see here all of these comments, I'm going to get rid of that because I intend to enter variable there. So I will advise you guys to actually read the comments before deleting it. So my first variable is number, first number, so the data type is going to be number, and I'm going to just copy that and use it for my second variable and the third one. So the second variable is going to be second number, and the third one, the third variable, let's call that, I'm going to call that answer there. Okay, let's create another 2 more variables. So this one is going to be known as I number. I make that uppercase number, and the next one is going to be an operator. So let's change this. So that's going to be string, and I'm going to change this to OP. Stands for operator. Now in here, that's meant to be for button 7, so get rid of that. And you see the name of button 7 right here. I'm going to change this to F7 instead of F1. F7, and I change this to F7 as well. Now right in here, let's use the following. If display dot text equals 0, I want the system to do as follows. Make sure you enter your color bracer. So I'm going to say I number equals, because I need to pass the value I have inside display, so it has to be converted first. So display dot text there. So whatever value I have inside display, my text box that is called display, is then passed into I number, the variable here. Now I number, we need to convert whatever we have inside I number, but it's obvious I number equals number 7. So in here, display txt display equals I number dot string variable parentheses there. So that's the very first one. Okay, else display will be equals, open a bracket, display plus 7, close that, and there we go. So that's the very first one. So I can always copy this and just change it for number 8. But what I'm going to do now is, let me run this first. I'm going to close that, and let's just run it and make sure the very first line of code works. So try out 7. See that, guys, the 7 is working. So let's close that and open up our Actionscript. So what I'll just do now is copy this, come right down here. So this is for 7, the first one is 7, and paste that. That is for 8. So I'm just going to change this to 8. right, and this will be F8, F8, and all of this will become 8 as well. Now the next one is 9, so I want to copy all of these and paste it right underneath here and call that 9. So we have 8 here and we have 9, so maybe we enter another one here for number 7. So that's supposed to be my own comment. So this is 7. Now for 9, change this to 9. I think this is how I spelled it. And then enter 9 here. 9, 9, and 9. Okay, now that I've taken care of the 3 on top here, so let's run it and just to confirm that it's working. So let's see what happened. Was that error? Okay, we need, because it says it's expecting curly right bracket. All right, because I copied it, I did not copy it also. There's one bracket here, there's another one, this covers this, this covers this. I have not covered this one. Now let's cover this other one. Right, and I have one in here, so that should take care of that silly error that I made. Okay, close this and run it again. There we go, we have 7, 8, 9, 9, 8, 7, so that's fine. So the others are not working yet. So back inside the code. So the next one, I'm going to have to copy all of these. Let's move this in the right place. Cut that off, it should be right here. And this should be before the or after the curly bracket as well. Just delete this. Okay, so we have 9. So I'm going to copy this, copy, paste, and that will be for number 4, and this becomes 4, and this is 4. And here we have 4 there, 4 and 4. Okay, I presume you guys now get the whole idea, so I'm going to have to speed that up. Okay, so speed that up and I'll see you guys shortly. Okay, I've finished up with the lines of code for the numbers. There we are, this is 4, 0. Then we have for 3, 2, 1, 6, 5, 4. We have 9, 8, 7. Okay, so have a good look at it. Now what I want to do is, let's close that. I need to take care of that of the clear. So let's select the clear button, right click on the clear, let's right click on it and select Actionscript, or come straight to window and select action, and in there let's select code snippet there. Then we need to select event handler, mouse events. So that those are the events, or that's the comment for the clear. That's the clear right here. So I'm going to get rid of all of these. Let's move it up so that you can see. Get rid of that, and in there I will then enter as follows for the clear. So let me say display display.text equals there, and inum, which is I number, equals 0. So display dot text equals inum dot string. There we go. So that is my clear function ready. Now the next thing, let's come in here, close that. The next one is going to be for this very plus. So right click on frame 1 of the addition and press and select action, or you can always go to window and just select action and go to the code snippet there. Let's select event handler, mouse click. There we go. Let's move it up a little bit and get rid of all of these. Anyway, we don't need that. Delete and come right down here and let's enter the function for the plus sign. And for the plus, I will use this variable here, op. Come right down. So let's say op equals speech mark plus speech mark and first number equals, let's pass as follows, pass display dot text. Okay, pass whatever we have inside display dot text into first number. In that case, display dot text equals clear. There we go. Okay, let's come in here, just copy this, copy. Now let's go to the subtraction, click and select, right click and select actions, code snippet, action, and double click on that and just, I'm going to get rid of all of these. That is the subtraction. Get rid of these, paste that in there, change these to subtract. Right, we have 2 more. Okay, the next one is the multiplication. Make sure you select a right click on that, select actions, code snippet, Actionscript, event handler, mouse click event. Delete that and just paste that in here. Paste, and that is multiplication. Change the sign to multiplication. Now the last one. The last one is the division. Select, right click on the first frame of the division, action as you've seen earlier, and event handler, click. There we go. Let's get rid of this comment, bring it up, and this is division there. Delete all of the content in here, paste that and change this to division. There. So the plus is taken care of, subtract, multiplication, and division taken care of. So all that is left for us now to look into is the equal sign. So right click and select, make sure that is selected, and let's go to window. You can always press F9 to get the Actionscript, code snippet, action, and right here event handler. There we go. So clear all of those, and let's bring that up a little bit so that you can see it. delete all of that. So for the equals, I'm going to enter second number, undo all of these, delete and delete. Second number, yeah, let's make sure it's correct. Yeah, it's in lowercase. So that's going to be second number pass. That's supposed to be int. Yeah. Okay, I have the same error here. Int. Another one here. Pass int. And here I also have pass int. Alright, that's taking care of this. No, we have one more here. Yes, I think that's fine now. Second number, pass integer. So let's use an if statement. If operator equals plus curly bracket, then answer equals first number plus second number. There. Then display dot text equals, we need to convert that answer dot to string. There. So that is the very first line of code for the plus sign. So I can copy this, or you can use else if, but I'm just going to use if statement. If is subtract, then make that subtract. The next one, if is multiplication, I will make this multiplication as well. And finally we have division. If that is division, then this will be division as well. Right. Okay, those are the lines of code for the equals. So all I need to do now is to run the program and see how it works. Close that. So let's come in here, test scene, 12 times multiply by 3 divide by 5 and plus 9 minus 12. There we go. So the calculator is out of the way. It's working the way we want. So I'm going to collapse all of these, and right here enter one for label. So I can just call it label. So let's lock everything and open up the label and paste the label up here. Let's increase the font to, let's go for 90, and in there I'm just going to enter online billing system. Right, let's drag that much, right, all the way. Let's get it centered. So I'm going to highlight all of these and just move it down a little bit. There we go. We can always fix that. And select this, get rid of the border. There. So if we run it, let's run it and see how it's going to look like. Then we continue from there. Make that bold. Run. There we go, guys. So first of all, let's move the display straight into this button there. Or maybe I should just change the name of that to calculator, because everything in there is about calculator. And there. That's for calculator. Now let's look that up. So let's create another layer. This very layer is going to be for the billing system. Okay, let's start with the name of the very first component. That's going to be my item. So let's call that carpets. Right, we have carpet in there, and inside carpet I'm going to enter, just select a component. If you don't have your component selected, go to Windows, and that's your component right there. Make sure this is checked. So the first thing is, let's add a checkbox here. Select that and click, drag a checkbox on board, and let's see if we can enhance that very checkbox. So first thing first, I'm going to increase the width of the checkbox, and if I can do something with that, let's say about 66. I think I should get rid of these of the grill so that I can see what's going on here. Yeah, as a checkbox, and in there I'm going to change the name of that to carpet. That's the very first one. Let's change to carpet. Let's increase that so that you guys can see it 80%. Yeah, that's carpet. Now the next thing, let's increase the z-axis to maybe 10, so that is fine. Okay, bring the carpet down a little bit. Yeah, now look that up, but let's give this a name anyway. Instant name is going to be carpet. Alright, now back to the components. I need another layer there. This very layer, I'm going to call it fabric. And we need another checkbox here, or we can just copy this very checkbox and change the name around. Okay, let's copy this since it's already enhanced. Lock this up and paste it right in here. Yeah, okay, let's change inside component parameters. Let's change that to fabric. There. Alright, we have fabric. Now the other one is going to be called blinds, and paste that in blinds and just change this to blinds. Right, okay, that's fine. Look that up as well. Now the next thing we want to do, we need to add some text box. So one for carpet, fabric, and okay, but before that, just gonna call that items. Okay, that's a folder called item, and drag all the stuff right into it. Yeah, that's good. And in there, let's add another layer. Inside this layer is going to be txt carpet. There, and let's get a text box, paste. I'm going to change the width of that, so maybe 50. We have 50 there, and just drag that much, and yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I will call the name of that carpet in lowercase. So we're going to repeat exactly the same thing for the other two. So for this, let's copy this, log this up. Next one, paste that in there. I will call that fabric. Log that up as well. Give it a name so that we don't forget. Now add another layer, and this layer I'm going to call it blinds. Log this up, paste the copied one right there, and change these to blinds. Right. Okay, I'm going to create another or add another layer. This very layer, I'm going to call it, let's just call that delivery. Okay, and right there for delivery, I'm going to now add a text box here, and the instant name, no, we're going to use this as, okay, let's just get an instant name on it. It's to be delivery. Now let's say txt delivery. Right, and that's just going to be for input here. No, it's going to be for dynamic. Yeah, it's going to be dynamic, so that's fine. Bring this, and we need a label here, so the label will go with this, and that label is going to be known as delivery. Okay, select that and get rid of the border around it. Delivery is taken care of. Okay, this is how it looks like now. I have to speed it up. Alright, here we have dynamic text type. So all of these dynamic text type, I have to be able to enter value in them. So I'm going to change them to input, and this is going to be input as well. Input and input here. There we go. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is, let me create and lock all of these up. I'm going to add, undo that, just delete that. Let's create first of all one folder, and inside this very folder I will then add, or let's give it a name first, and just enter cost in there. And inside that folder I want to enter the following. So this is going to be for, let's go for tax, then I want total subtotal. Let's call that sub total, and this one will be total. Right, okay, that's fine. And in here inside, let's lock it up. We want these to be We want a tax in there, and the tax one, I just want it to be dynamic, right? So I can just maybe copy one of those. I'm going to copy that, Control C to copy, and come inside total, paste that inside total. I'm going to need one for names as well. I'm going to copy this and paste that right inside total as well. So we'll change that to total. Okay, so let's copy these two. This is going to be total. Let's copy those two. Yeah, move it down. Alright, so we can log that up. Subtotal. Paste those inside subtotal. And this becomes subtotal. Lock up subtotal. Open up tags. And paste those right inside tags. Yeah. And we just change this one to tags. Alright, let's align them. All left, align left. Align this as well. Left and left. Okay, we are almost there now. Right, so in the case of the course, so let's give that a name. This will become txt tags. That's the instant name for that. And this one is known as txt cost subtotal and txt total. Right. Now, finally, I'm going to take care of the buttons. I need some buttons here. Okay, I can always copy one of these buttons though, and then I only need two really. Okay, let's just copy two. I'll come right in here. Let's go to library and make up a button there. Okay, let's select any button, anyone. Right click and duplicate. So that is going to be total, BT total. Then another one will be another duplicate, BT reset. Okay. Now we have our buttons in place. I now need to create. I really don't need to, so let's just add buttons. One will be reset. You can always group them later on and grab button reset there. Then we need, let's look up reset. This is total cost. For button total cost, just copy that. For button total cost, let's grab total, BTN total, just place it right here, or reset here, whatever. Now double click on total cost and right inside total cost. Well, before that, let's go back in here and just enhance total cost a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah. Something like that. And here. And let's see the size of this. Copy that size, paste it in here. Right. And let's see. And change this as well. Okay. Move it up a little bit. Okay. We will still have to enhance it a little bit. Maybe start with this. Now let's go inside the design area of the button and change the text content there. This is reset. Let's move it. Okay. That's 20. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for the total. Okay, this is how it all looks now. Let's run it and see. The calculator is working, so that's fine. So now I need some lines. So let's just call that lines. And grab this very line tool there. Click and let's drag it across. Yeah. Okay. I will make that 320. 1320. Or maybe 40 really. Okay, so let's type it in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to now copy that very line and paste. Bring it right down here. Move that line in. Okay, we're gonna need a couple more. Alright, I now have lines across, so that is for lines, just this very one. So if I run it, this is how it all looks like. There. So all we need now is just to take care of the calculations. So what's gonna happen is if we select this will enable this. That's what I tend to do. And you can then enter whatever you want in there. Whatever value you enter in here is multiplied by the price, and that's displayed in here. Okay, So then this should take care of reset and total. For now, it's the calculator alone that works. Okay, I've carried out a bit of modification to the interface, just make the lines a little bit thicker. And let's come straight to our action script, because I want to disable 1, 2, 3, those 3 text box, so that I can only enable them with the checkbox. So those 3 text box, let's grab the name of that one, txt carpet. So I will now go straight into my action script here, right click there, and right underneath here, those are the lines of code for the calculator. So let's separate that. I'm going to paste that, the carpet itself. So since the carpet is an input, I'm going to say dot type equals, let's say text field type text field type dot, let's change it from an input to dynamic. I say dynamic there. So I'm going to try this out and see, then I'll take it from there. Let's try that. Right, okay, I cannot enter anything in here anymore, but right here you see I can enter things in here, but this one, no, I can't do that. Alright, it's now a dynamic. Alright, I'll repeat the same thing for this other one. Get the fabric, come right straight to the codes, right click, repeat the same thing, just copy all of this and paste it there. And what about the comments? So just paste that there. So the 3 text box, they are now disabled officially. We cannot enter anything in there anymore. Yes, this one is fine, I can still enter whatever I want in there, but these ones I cannot do that anymore. Okay, that's fine. So what I want to now achieve is to use this checkbox. Make sure the checkbox itself is selected. Okay, and in there, that's the name of the checkbox. I'm going to right click on it and select action. Let's change that to, let's change the event to mouse click. There we go. I want to get rid of this. It's going to cause some problem. Just get rid of it. And right in here, so the very first one is carpet, so I want to get this. So when I click on it, I want it to change the input type. I want it to change the text type to input. And at the same time, the other thing I'd like you to do is for the stage to set focus. So let's say stage, that's how we set focus. Dot focus equals txt depth there. Okay, so what just happened is if I click on that very checkbox, this become an input and we see the focus. So all we expect is the cursor to be in there. So let's run it and see what's going to happen. If that works, we'll repeat the same thing for the others. Okay, if I click on this, there we go, look at that, you see the focus there. but if I click on this, nothing is happening. Okay, let's close that. Now we need the same thing. Let's select this one, right click, and repeat exactly the same thing for the others. So we can just go to Windows, select Actions. Let's go to the code snippet, Action Script, and let's come straight into Event Handler. This very one. Double click on Mouse Event. Get rid of this. There's a break in there, so I'm gonna get rid of this one as well. And this is meant to be the fabric, so I'm gonna copy all of this and change it to input type. Paste that in there. And we want the focus to be fabric. There we go. Semicolon. Close that. Let's repeat the same thing for the third one here. Right click and let's select Actions. No, make sure it's selected. Come in here and select Actions. And repeat exactly the same thing. Actionscript, Event Handler, mouse click. There we go. Get rid of all of these because it's not needed. I'm going to copy this and paste it in there. Paste it right in here. Now let's copy this and change it to input. Instead of dynamic, that becomes input. There. I'm going to copy all of this and change it to txt blind. There. Okay, now guys, let's try to run it and see what will happen. Control, test scene. There. Carpet, you see that? Let's enter how many meters. Fabric, 5 meters, and blinds. Let's say we want about 8 of those. So all we need to then do is when we click on total, we expect the price for each of them to be displayed in there. However, if we want to deliver, so that means we're delivering 3. So there will be standard price for delivery. You click on this and all of these, the price will be displayed there. The price of these will be displayed there. So what we will do now is to go back inside the Actionscript itself, and right underneath here I'm going to declare some variables. So let's start with the following. My very first variable, I'm going to use carpet. Let's say carpet price equals, let's go for maybe $7.99 per length. Then I also need another variable, carpet number. That's the data type is number. Then the other one is variable. I'm going to call that cost of carpet. Cost of carpet. And make that the same thing. There. So let's copy this and just change it around for the others. The next one is going to be, let's go for fabric. So we have fabric here. Fabric. And here, there's no space in there, that's wrong. It's cost of fabric there. And the final one is going to be blinds. That's the blinds. I'm going to copy that. Let us put an S. Let's copy this. So change all of these to blinds. There we go. There. And change the price of that. And this one, let's go for maybe $9.99. There. So those are all my variables in place. Okay, what I'm going to now do is, let's prepare one of those for the total. So what I will do is select the total and right click on the total itself, the total button. Let's come in here, code snippet, action script, event handler, double click on that, and right here where we have the total, we'll get rid of that and get rid of the content inside the total button itself. So let me enter total in there. Right, and inside the total, let's say the variable that I declared earlier, carpet, I think it's called carpet number, I guess. Yeah, that's right, carpet number. Okay, carpet number equals, let's convert it, plus a pass integer. And what are we passing? We passing txt carpet dot text there, and cost of, let's say cost of carpet equals carpet number, multiply that by carpet price. Let's say price there. Now txt carpet cost dot text equals cost of carpet cost of carpet dot to string there. So okay, I'm going to try this out, but before I try it out, let me enter £, and if that works, I will just have to copy and paste. Now let's close that and try it out. Carpet, let's enter a value in there, 45 total. There we go, that's exactly what I want. Now let's come in here. I will just speed it up. All I just need to do is copy all of this, paste that there, and the next one is going to be fabric. So everywhere see carpet, I'll change that to fabric. Come right down here, that is fabric, another fabric here, cost of fabric, and fabric, and another one here, fabric number as well. There we go. So let's try these out, the ones with the fabric. Come right here, control, run, enter something, and enter something here. Total. There we go, guys. Go back to my Actionscript, and right down here, all I just need to do is I want to copy that and change that to blinds. Okay, so this becomes, let's make sure the name is right, that is correct, and change this one to blind number, and this as well. This here. What about these? Okay, once all of that is done, all we then need to do is to take care of the tax, subtotal, and total. There we go. So let's run this and see how it's going to work. Control, test same. There, click on that. We have 4 in there, 3 here, and maybe another 4 there. Click on total. There we go. Okay, that's looking good. But this, we're going to take care of this separately. Now, all we need to then do is, I think maybe we should take care of this as well. Let's take care of that. Go back in here. Just make up a variable for delivery. This will be for delivery. So the delivery will be separate. So depend on what we are ordering. Let's go back in here. Copy that. Actionscript and delivery. Yeah. Price of delivery number, delivery number, and cost of delivery. Okay, that's delivery taken care of. And inside total here, that's going to be delivery.text. Let's copy that, paste that in there, and this is going to be delivery. So that is my very first one. Paste. So I'm just gonna copy this anyway. Copy all of that, paste that in there, and change the value to delivery. Delivery. Okay, we're almost there, so we can then call it the end of this program. There we go. Now, what about the cost of delivery? Cost of delivery, let's make that maybe £3 plus. Right. So let's run it and see if the delivery will work as well. So if we have 3 items here and maybe 4 and maybe 5 delivery, we're delivering 3 items in total, and click on that. There we go, that is fine. So all I now want to do is to add up every single data and have in here. Alright, that's good. So let's come back in here. We're going to declare some variables right underneath here. That will be for tags. Let's call it items. So in this case, tags, let's say 0.15. That's for tags. And where am I going to store all this data for tags? So let's say tags equals C tags, and there we go. Then tax cost, that's number. Am I not? Okay, let's just go ahead and see. Now let's come to subtotal. Copy that. A subtotal here. I don't think I need this. So this is going to be C subtotal, subtotal, and here subtotal cost. Then we also have total. C total, and in here we have total cost. Alright, come to think of it, I don't think I'm gonna need all of these variables. I'm not gonna need that. I'm not gonna need this as well. Let's get rid of this. So these are the variables I'm gonna need for my total calculation. So let's come right down here, and right underneath here I'm going to enter as follows. Let's say C tax, that's equals, that will be equals all of this data here, cost of carpet plus cost of fabric plus cost of blind plus cost of delivery. So that will be my tax, and close that. I will now multiply that by I tax and then divide by 100 to get my tax rate. Enter another bracket here. There we go. That's for tax. So let's say txt tax dot text, so equals, I'm going to enter a pound sign there, plus C tax dot string. We have to convert it to string because the text box only accepts string value. Right. So that's tax taken care of. Now let's take care of subtotal. So I'm going to say subtotal cost equals. In the case of subtotal cost, I will just copy all of this. That is easy. And paste that in here. That's my subtotal cost taken care of. Now txt subtotal dot text equals, enter the pound sign plus subtotal cost. Dot to string, convert to string, and one more. Right, now for the total, C total equals C tax plus subtotal cost and txt total dot text equals the pound sign. I know some of you might be wondering why doing all of this in Animate CC. Well, I just want to do it. I felt it can be done, and I believe I've proved my point. Okay, that's just the reason why it's done. Agree that Animate CC is mostly for animation and so on, but I've just proved my point. Okay, those are the lines of codes, so have a very good look at it. I will now run this program just to check that it's working as expected. So close that, come to control, test scene there, and carpet. Let's see, we need about 4 of those, fabrics 4 meters, lines, and how many items we're delivering? 3, and check on the total. There we go, guys, and we can then use this as well. Right, there we go. So all that is left for me to do now is to take care of the reset button, or to use the reset button, and we can then call it the end of the whole program. So let's go into the reset button and see what we can do. Alright, close that. That's the reset. So right click on the reset and let's select window, action, code snippet, then Actionscript, event handler. There we go. Double click on the event handler there. I'm gonna get rid of this. So entire broken line there. Get rid of all of this as well. Okay, so the first one, let's say we copy the total, we put it right there. There, get rid of that. That's total, subtotal. Copy, that's the reset. I'm taking care of the reset now. Let's take care of tax. Paste. Alright, now we need to take care of this one here, delivery. There we go. We have delivery taken care of, and we have the bowling, fabric, the carpet cost, and we'll just speed all of that up and get back to you guys. So all I'm doing is just taking care of the resets. Okay guys, I've completed the reset function and that's it. So have a good look at that as well. Okay, so I'm going to run it now and maybe we can call it the end of this program. Okay, close that. Control, test, and how many? Click. How many of those do we want? We want about 7, we want about 4 here, and let's say 4, and delivery 4 as well. So let's click on total. There we go guys, and we can always reset. See that again, 4, 4, let's say 4, and maybe 5 there. There we go. So with that guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. So you all have a nice day now, and bye for now.